We just lost another one just yesterday. The Iron Sheik passed away at 81 years old. Went on my first tour with the Iron Sheik to the Virgin Islands, and man, we had such a great time. Great memories. Just breaking into the business, not having a whole lot of money. I remember I came from Japan, and then went on that tour to the islands, and I had about $1,500, and I'm serious. I mean, because that was the money I made from being over in Japan. So going to that trip to the islands, we were getting paid like $1,000, maybe $1,500 for the whole week we were going to be there. And I remember we got paid $500 when we landed by a guy by the name of Jeep Swenson. He was running the show over there, and he's passed now, but he was a huge guy. He was in the Batman movie back in the day. Huge. He was Bane. Actually,
he was Bane, right?
Yeah. And we got that $500. The shows totally was a flop. That's the only money we got for that tour. But I tell you, man, it was the greatest tour I had ever been on, that I didn't get paid my money, but man, just being on the islands, we had a spot right on the beach. You know, we was partying every night, man. That $1,500 went quick. But I tell you, man, it was a great memories. The Kerry Von Erich, he was on that trip.
Wow.
What great memories,
man. What do you remember about being around Sheik on that trip?
He was a worker, man. Sheik was a worker, bro. Sheik didn't pay for nothing. Sheik would have a thing of 8x10s, stashed, and wherever we would go, after the meal, whatever, Sheik would pull out an 8x10 and tell him, here's an 8x10 from the former WWF champion. He decided to give it to him, and we walk on. I'm not lying either.
No way.
No, yes way.
That is so funny.
Oh man, it was crazy, man. She had so many stories, man. But oh man, great times, man. Great times, great memories, more so than anything.
So with Sheik, in latter years, he kind of became known as a internet sensation for all the crazy kind of things that he would say on Howard Stern and then on Twitter. And so there's somewhat of a caricature out there of Iron Sheik. But if you go back to the 1980s, when he had his big run and then lost the title in Madison Square Garden to Hogan, there was no one more reviled as a heel than the Iron Sheik. I mean, he could get those people to just want to jump in the ring and try to do something. And I also hear that Sheik was one of the most legit tough guys ever. I mean, just strong as an ox.
Yeah, man, he was the real deal. Just glad that he passed away on Wednesday. I'm just glad he got a chance to see his doc on A&E on Sunday. It just came on this Sunday, and I was so happy to see it, because I always said, man, Sheik was literally one of my favorite stars when I came up as a kid, because man, he brought it. He made it real to me. He made me feel a certain way when I watched him. He was a heel's heel, is what the Iron Sheik was, and he will definitely be missed. Godspeed to one of the greatest that ever did it, the Iron Sheik. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.